In today's video, we're going to do reverse synthesis to make this compound using the resources in these available reagents. We have a methyl group that has bromide attached. We have an aldehyde that's attached to a aromatic ring. We have a primary alcohol. We have a oxygen in a double bond. We have CO2, PCC, H2SO4, Na2Cr2O7, and PBr3. So these are all the available resources that we have to make this final product. So when evaluating the final product, it's important to analyze our available reagents. I kind of put a star next to this with the aldehyde attached to an aromatic ring. We kind of see two of those, so that's something to kind of point out. Another thing that we could point out would be the CH3 with the bromide attached, because I can see this small group right here. That's not on the other side, but on this side, so that's important to identify as well. And I think this is also important to identify as well, because we can use that, because that seems like an important component right there. So those are probably the three major ones that I've identified when kind of going through this. The first process would probably just be using that methyl group attached to the bromide. And we of course can use any non-carbon reagents. So I'm just going to add magnesium and make it CH3 bromide with magnesium. So that can kind of automatically add to the aldehyde group with the aromatic ring. So the next step that I would do would be to add that component, of course. Sorry for the bad writing. Doing this problem out, the methyl group will attach to the carbon that's attached to the oxygen. The double bond will push up and it will eventually become an alcohol. And this is what the product should be here. OH. There's the methyl group that was attached originally, and then there's just an extra hydrogen. Now what we can do is we can add PBr3 which then pretty much just substitutes the alcohol with bromide. So everything that's there, getting rid of the alcohol and just putting bromide. So now that we have this settled, we got to think of a reagent that we can use so it can do a secondary attachment, and that would be just plain old magnesium, just like we did before. So it'd be just the same exact thing, except it's bromide with magnesium. There we go. And now I'm thinking we have this pretty much all settled out here. Now we're gonna find this component and how we can attach that. So looking at all of our reagents, I'm thinking bingo right here. So we're gonna add that, see what we get. And when we do that, I kind of have to keep in mind that this is a lone pair of electrons with a negative charge. It's going to that carbon and it's pushing that bond up. So the product that we get from that kind of mechanism, I feel like that mechanism is pretty important for me to kind of understand what was going on. That way, go back to primary alcohol. And now I'm gonna think of how we can turn this back into a double bond oxygen, and a simple reagent that we can use, CH2Cl2, PCC, will convert that right back to the double bond, of course, with the hydrogen. That's what you get as one of the products, and I think that will end there. And we have to find the other kind of missing piece, which is this right here. We're going to do that by starting off with what needs to be kind of attached here. And I'm trying to think of what's a possible reagent that we can do to, donate a proton and kick that up to, an alcohol. One can use LiAH4. I think you can also use NaBH4. I think either really works. And what you get would be a primary alcohol attached to an aromatic ring. And I'm trying to think, now we can use a bromide to attach where that primary alcohol is to get, it's a lot of repeating same things, same concepts, is really getting those attachments with bromide and magnesium. Of course, you can guess it. Add magnesium one more time. And bada bing, bada boom. So those are our two kind of final ones that we got here. And that's ended right there. Those are our two final products from two different syntheses that we're going to combine at the end. So this was the end of the first mechanism, and then this is what we got from the second part of the mechanism, end of the second, and we would finish with this product that would need to undergo one more reaction to get the product that we so desire. So that is not the final product that we want, and there's one more reaction that we can do. Just be simple PCC, CH2, Cl2 to get the final product of the double bond that is our final product, which matches the product that we wanted originally. So that's how you kind of do the reverse synthesis of what you have available to get your final product.